The Devils begin a 4-game road trip against the Calgary Flames, coming off a disappointing loss to Carolina in their last home game, and knowing that it's crunch time, Chico Resch. And while it wasn't necessarily the prettiest, it was efficient enough, and a 2-1 victory is never going to be handed back.
No, you know, Matty, I know pretty, consistent. It's all fluff. What matters is, what do you do when you got a chance to win it, or to score a goal, or make a big save? Markey was terrific. Devils waited. When I think of the winning goal, folks, this is what you got to remember. Here's the play. It's a kick pass with the skate. It's a quick backhand pass by Jack, and it's just a little shovel shot by Nemec. That's not something that players sit around and say, let's score a goal doing it this way. But that is a goal that you can say they did everything they had to win. And Nemec, it was so sweet. The little look on his face. I mean, he even went kind of shrugged his shoulders. That was easy. It wasn't, but it looked it.
And I know you want to push for a goal, but you could question, why is your only defenseman in so deep? Because if the puck was kicked another way, Calgary's in all alone, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to take the points and run.
No, and 3-on-3, you know, it gets crazy. And then when it hit the referee's foot, the Calgary Flames would have gotten the puck and they would have been breaking out. But the referee said, I'm going to get involved in this game tonight, and he did.
And the Devils with the 2-1 victory. The only negative is that Luke Hughes left the game in the second period. He only had 5 shifts in the second, left about halfway through, not quite, but near the halfway point, not to return. You saw a replay. What did you see?
He's coming out just outside of his zone, and he's trying to stick count with his upper body, right? And it doesn't seem like it, but they're pretty strong upper body. But Flame player grabs him from the back. And, you know, Matty, probably in the middle of the stick handle, you know, it threw him off, could have pulled a muscle. I'm just saying, he right away started to go to the bench. I watched. He put his hand up on his chest. So that's why I got a feeling that, you know, it was a muscle pull up top by that tug on the back. He was by the guy, the Flame guy. I don't think he expected that at all. And so that's the downside of tonight's victory. But otherwise, Devils did what they had to do.
Hopefully it's just a stinger type thing that will calm down. We'll maybe find out more when we hear from Sheldon Keefe. I can tell you what we'll probably find out. We'll find out more tomorrow. Right, upper body, we'll find out more tomorrow. There won't be much detail because further examination will have to be given. Lenny Hamanaho makes his NHL debut. 12 and a half minutes, 2 shots on goal. And, you know, he didn't look out of place. He didn't make mistakes. He had good defensive position. I thought overall, pretty good game for the rookie.
Oh, yeah, Matty. He didn't look out of place at all. Nope. He'll be in the lineup tomorrow.
As the Devils take on the Edmonton Oilers. Let's check the highlights of this game, and we will begin by bringing you Lenny Hamanaho's first shot on goal. Mark it down, folks. It occurred here in Calgary. The 21-year-old second-round draft choice in 2023 by the Devils got his NHL career off to this start. Kadri, he was knocked down by glass. I thought it was going to be on the Devils. Here's a chance. Hamanaho's shot is deflected away, and now we get the whistle. What a moment for the youngsters, parents and friends and family watching back home in Finland as he makes his NHL debut.
Yeah, I mean, he wishes he would have got his name on the score sheet, but he had 2 shots. And I saw Matty subtly. I'd heard this. He's very responsible defensively, and he certainly was tonight.
The Devils got a break, if you will, when the ringing of iron went their way. Loose puck, Brown after it again, but Klapka recovers. Passes it behind Ryan Lomberg. And now Klapka carries it across the line. In with a shot. Oh, he rang it off the crossbar. Woo, did he rip that one. He did. He's 6'8", got a lot of torque, but it went off the crossbar, and the first period ended scoreless. Downstairs we go outside the Devils dressing room to the Devils captain, Nico Hischier. Always a pleasure when you join us, and we are grateful that you spend time with us, Nico. Just give us a quick thought of what this game was about and then pulling it out at the end.
I think this game required a lot of patience, which we did a good job of. I think we stuck with it, and they had some pushes in the second period, and yeah, that's a game. Sometimes the momentum changes, but we hold it against it, and yeah, got it done in overtime, and that's 2 points.
Well, you know, Nico, I'm curious. You know, the whole team knows pucks aren't going in the other team's net easily. So yeah, you got to play it tight and be really responsible defensively. First of all, was it something you specifically, I mean the whole team, focused on? And were you happy overall with the way the boys played?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about in here.
Okay.
Focus on our defensive game and stay patient. Try not to force it. That's a lot of times that's what bit us a little bit in the past. So we just got to stay patient and have that defense mindset first, and like that we create also more chances as well, and that's kind of our mindset going into games.
You know, people wonder, fans, is it harder to be patient when you're not scoring? You know what I mean? You're thinking, I got to get going and get a goal, or is it easier?
I mean, for sure. The mind aspect of a hockey game is very important. I mean, just that you not get too much down on yourself and stuff like that. It's an emotional game, so you gotta be mentally strong and focus always on your next shift. Even if it's a big chance not going in, and can't do anything about it now. You gotta move on, because if you're thinking about it too much, it's gonna happen again and again and again. So you gotta just try to be always looking forward.
And don't look back. It's not going to help you. And so looking ahead, it's Edmonton. We won't talk about that, because I want to ask you a bit about your face-off success. We know you're a very good face-off man. Tonight, you won 16 of 23. What are the lessons you've learned over the years about improving and the little tricks that you've learned?
I think obviously from my very first year, I remember obviously got a little bit weight to my bones, got a little bit more strength.
That helps.
But also, just working on your timing, and but I also think comes a lot by just taking face-offs against these guys and knowing them over the years, and kind of know what they're doing, and trying to do. If I know what they're doing, I have a plan how I can beat them.
So you got to do something different. I see. Okay, you and Kadri are out there, and whoever wins that first face-off in overtime, that's going to be huge. Did you have something in your mind about Kadri that you maybe could use to get the edge, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was actually 2 face-offs, so
Yeah, you got a chance.
Yeah, the first one I actually tried to tie him up, which worked out, but and then in the second one I didn't, because I thought like he knew my plan, so I switched it up a bit.
So it's like chess out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes I feel like sometimes you got to play with different ways to approach a face-off, and that's what I'm trying to do. Try not to be too predictable for the other guys what I'm doing. That's why I'm trying to work on different things.
Well, Nico, we appreciate your time. Thanks for your insight. We'll see you tomorrow in Edmonton.
That's good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Nico Hischier joining us post-game here in Calgary.
I got to say one thing about that overtime goal. You were saying, where's the guy? I just watched the play. Farabee's the guy in front. When it hit the referee's foot, he thought his team was going to get it, Maddie. He started to race out of the zone. And I'm thinking, oh, that's really nice. But what if it doesn't come there, which it doesn't? Then he gets lit up, and the goalie looks bad. You know, that's why what Nico's talking about, you can talk about it mentally, but it is so hard not to be tempted to always think if I get a chance, I'm going on the offense. If this works, if this comes loose, I'm going on the offense rather than thinking, I better play it safe because if it doesn't come loose, I'm in trouble.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do because you win by outscoring the opposition.
Exactly.
And you get paid by scoring.
Exactly.
But sometimes you have to just take a half a breath and see how the play develops and unfolds in front of you. All right, so we left the highlights off with the game scoreless after one period of play. We'll move into the second. We were going to have a shorthanded try by Connor Brown, but to speed things up, let's just go to the goals because everybody loves goals, Chico Resch, right?
Yes, we do.
And so the Devils were able to take the lead. Dawson Mercer with number 13 on the year. Off the draw, here's Siegenthaler. Out high to Palat, now to Jonas. Goes cross-ice. Chance for Dougie Hamilton. Plays it down low. They score!
Yep.
Dawson Mercer on the redirect, and it dribbled across the line. The Devils have struck first. They lead 1-0. And that was the kind of play that it was going to take to beat Devin Cooley tonight.
Yeah, it was a shovel shot. He was down by the goal line, and that wasn't going to be the last shovel shot that we're going to see in tonight's game.
Before the game advanced even 2 minutes, though, Mercer with his 13th goal of the season at 7:51. Calgary comes back to tie it up. Here comes Kadri racing across the line, slows down, finds the trailer. Kevin Ball gets it back to Kadri, and he scores. Oh, so Nazem Kadri with his 9th goal of the season. Kevin Ball and Matvei Gridin picking up the assist at 9:44. Hamilton and Siegenthaler, by the way, the helpers on the Mercer goal. And that was it for the scoring through the rest of that period, through the next period, until we got to overtime, Mr. Resch.
Yeah, Matty, it wasn't the most exciting game offensively, but anytime you get to overtime, there's going to be something pretty unique happening.
And there was one of those shovel shots, and we will call it the play of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. Nobody coming off. Jack accepts the pass from Nemitz. Gives it now to Bratt. Bratt down the left wing side, skating behind the net. Comes out far side, moves to the corner.
Oh, hit the official again. Oh, he kicks it.
But it comes loose. Nemitz in front, scores!
Woohoo!
The break goes the Devils' way. Jack Hughes got the loose puck. Nemitz was all alone in front. Overtime victory for the Devils as they escape with a 2-1 victory. The officials got in the way a couple of times tonight. They don't usually. They're pretty good at getting themselves in position to get out of the way, and some of them went against the Devils. That one went the Devils' way, and that was the play of the game, brought to you by Prudential.
And a dandy because Jesper Bratt's got his stick held, but the referee can't call it because he just got involved in the play. You got to watch it. Jesper Bratt with his right leg kicked it up to Jack Hughes. In Farabee, why? Even if he had been in between Jack and Nemec, he still would have had a breakaway. But he's starting to leave the zone, and Jack sees that. So Jack just on his backhand knows he's got to do it fast. Just shovels it over, and then the goalie, what's going on? He goes for the poke check, but Simon Nemec with that smooth touch just kind of flipped it up through his arm and body.
As he comes back into the lineup for Johnny Kovacevic, his 8th goal of the season at 1:18 of overtime. Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt pick up the helpers. Here's what Shimon said after the game.
There's something about overtime and you being on the ice, and I mean, how did that feel to get back into the lineup and then just be able to contribute that way?
Yeah, I mean, like overtime is like different. Yeah, it's not even like the normal hockey. So yeah, like with these guys, like with the Jack and brother on the ice, I'm just trying to find a spot for the pass, and yeah, the Jack found me, and I just scored.
And just how good does it feel to come back into the lineup and contribute that way, and then really just for this group to start this road trip on the right foot?
I think like for me personally, it's really important to. I think like I had a really good game against us Seattle too, but yeah, they made a decision next game, but now I'm back and I scored, so yeah, it was really important for me, and for the group, yeah, not a great win. It's not easy to play here. Like they're so hard in the defense, but yeah, we found a way how to win, and yeah, it's good.
And how difficult can a night be when you guys lose Luke? You know, really halfway through the game, and you guys are down to 5 defensemen, kind of trying to roll that way.
Yeah, obviously it sucks. Like it's another.
All right, we have heard from Shimo Nemitz. That was recorded. Let's go live to head coach Sheldon Keefe.
Gave the guys a chance in a game that didn't have any margin for error.
Well, this was a really good way to start off the road trip. You mention all the time that the team has to find a way to be comfortable in tight games like this. It was tight through and through from start to finish. What did you like and see from your group in that regard?
Yeah, I thought we were. I thought we were pretty disciplined. We made some mistakes. There's no question, but it is that's the game. Penalty kill came up really big for us in the third period. So that just gives us the opportunities to get points, and then I thought we were pretty composed in overtime as well, and did what we needed to get the second one.
Well, just talking about responses we had. Nemo here, and we're just talking about just the tough stretch of hockey he's been going through and how he's handled it. And he just said, I had to remain positive. And so what can you just say again for him to come in and you put him in a clutch moment and he delivers?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, right, is to get him back going and put him in these opportunities. Obviously, Luke going down creates even more opportunity, for Nemo, but he's scored some very clutch goals for us, and he was in the right spot again tonight. So it was great, and minutes were high. We needed all of our D to play a lot, to play both sides, and play with different partners, all these kind of things. So it was a pretty gutsy effort by that group.
How is Luke? You mentioned, obviously he left in midway in the game there. Do you have an update on him?
Yeah, he's just going to have to get evaluated, but he's going to miss time, for sure. So we won't see him on the rest of this road trip, and we will get him evaluated and determine the length of time from there.
This morning you talked about Lenny and what would make a successful debut. You talked about playing with confidence and seeing that confidence in him. Certainly from my vantage point, it looked that way. And you deployed him over 12 minutes and in key moments. What did you see from a debut from Lenny?
I thought he was really solid, really confident with the puck, made some plays, shot the puck. I thought he complemented that line really well with Gritsuk and Glass. So I think it's a debut that he can feel good about, and the pace of play will be a lot quicker tomorrow. And we just hope he can just continue to elevate and adapt with that.
Nemec have to be on that overtime goal. It just seemed like he took his time and made the right decision.
Yeah, it's call it a goal scorer's goal. So a lot of guys might just might smash that into the goaltender, but great poise under pressure. Big goal, and very well played by him for sure.
Your goal by Mercer too. He showed some patience there and made the right play as well.
Yeah, good reads. It's nice to see. Obviously, I mean we've had a number of other opportunities we could make good on, but in those moments, I thought the guys were really good.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Thanks, Sheldon.
And that's Sheldon Keefe concluding his post-game news conference, courtesy of MSG Networks. And yeah, tomorrow it'll be a little different. There'll be some big-time goal scorers, offensive players on the ice for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, it will be a different game, but I want to go back to Simon Nemec. He said, you can't overlook these things. Remember when he said, I played well the game before, but I'm in. It's like, but when he didn't play well, remember 2 games ago, he said, I wasn't very good. I love his honesty. The other thing is, someone asked, putting him in that spot under pressure, who else are you going to put? Brendan Dillon? Is Jonas Singer? No, that guy, if you're watching him, Maddie, remember, folks, second overall, there was a reason, but it doesn't always mature and formulate like it has for him. But, boy, he's looking like a good second overall player.
Well, he comes up with his 8th goal of the season, and he wins it in overtime as the Devils get ready for Edmonton tomorrow night. The Devils will not have access to Luke Hughes. He's going to be out for a little bit. So Johnny Kovacevic is with the team. He probably just slides in.
Oh, yeah, and Luke Hughes, just so you know, he pulled an upper body muscle. I'm not revealing anything that they are not going to know. But it was so weird because he didn't see the Calgary Flame guy grab his jersey. And, like any time, any of us, if we think we've got something we're going to do, and then somebody gets in the middle of it, you can pull a muscle. So, unfortunately for him, he missed half the game. But fortunately for the Devils, They have 7 really good defensemen, so 6 will play tomorrow night.
As the Devils take on the Edmonton Oilers, and that's a game we'll have for you right here on the Devils Hockey Network.